If you're a trustee living in another time zone, you aren't just selling a house, you're settling a legacy in the most litigated, bureaucratic, and nuanced real estate market in America. Before we get into the video, I'm David Poulsen, top San Francisco realtor. My family has lived in the San Francisco Bay Area for over 4 generations, and I've personally spent over 30 years in real estate navigating this area's unique market cycles. I've seen families lose $200,000 in a single weekend because they hired a generalist agent who didn't understand the difference between a warranted and an unwarranted unit. Before we dive into the playbook, an important note. While I've spent 3 decades navigating the mechanics of these sales, I am a real estate agent, not a CPA or a tax attorney. The information in this video is based on my professional experience in the San Francisco market and should not be taken as formal legal or tax advice. Always consult with your estate's legal counsel before making final decisions. Today, we're going deep. This is the professional trustee's playbook for extracting every dollar of equity from an SF home while you stay home in New York, Austin, or wherever you call home. When an out-of-state heir looks at a parent's home, they see old wallpaper and a dusty garage. When I walk in, I'm looking at the family zoning plan and RH3 upside. In San Francisco, your value isn't just the as-is condition, it's the residual land value. For example, if your parents have a large envelope at the back of the lot in the Sunset or the Richmond, a developer will pay a premium for that horizontal expansion potential that a standard family buyer won't even see. I've seen cases where a listing agent told a family to spend $100K on the kitchen. My advice, don't touch the kitchen. Instead, we might spend $5K on a professional architect's concept plan for a 2-bedroom ADU in that high ceiling garage. We sell the vision of a multi-generational property. That $5K investment can add $200K to the final bid price because we prove the income potential to the buyer. We aren't selling bedrooms. We're selling buildable square footage. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The SF rent board. If your parents' home has a garden apartment or a long-term tenant, your trust sale just got complicated. Most out-of-state sellers think they can just give a tenant 30-day notice in San Francisco. That's a fast track to a massive lawsuit. We need to analyze the 37.9E buyout. Is it worth paying a tenant to vacate? In neighborhoods like the Marina, a vacant building often sells for 20 to 30% more. We look at the estoppel certificates, making sure we know exactly what the tenant's rights are before we ever go live. And then there's the mandatory soft story program. If the property is a 3-unit plus building and hasn't been retrofitted, that's a $100,000 liability we have to disclose. I help you handle the seismic engineers and the bid gathering so you aren't surprised by a buyer's inspector 3 days before closing. Because my family has been here over 4 generations, I've seen how the old San Francisco tax base creates a massive advantage or a massive trap. You need to be aware of Prop 19. If you are the child of the owner, you might think you're inheriting your parents' 1970s tax base. Since 2021, that's only true if you make that home your primary residence within a year. If you're selling it from out of the state, property taxes will jump into the new sale price. Again, this is where you need to sit down with your CPA. But from my side of the table, I work with your team to ensure the notice of proposed action is handled correctly. We time the sale to maximize the step up in basis. For out of state heirs, this is the holy grail. It potentially wipes out decades of capital gains tax. If the home was bought for $40,000 in 1970 and is worth $2.5 million today, that step up is the difference between a massive tax bill and a clean inheritance. The biggest fear is, how do I manage the physical work from 2,000 miles away? And this is where my 30 years of local connections come in. Number one, the purge. I have a crew that specializes in sensitive estate hauling. They identify what's a marine antique versus what's junk. Number two, the 3R report. I ordered the 3R report from the Department of Building Inspections, and we find out if the permitted bathroom from 1994 was actually signed off. If not, we fix it before we hit the market. Number three, the staging math. In San Francisco, staging is a psychological weapon. We use high-end transitional staging to bridge the gap between your parents' generation and the tech founder who is going to buy the house. You shouldn't have to fly into SFO to meet a plumber. I provide a digital dashboard for my out-of-state clients so you can see the progress of the prep work in real time from your phone. I've seen the market in '89 after the quake, the '01 bust, and the crash. Right now in 2026, the SFO market is fractured. Generic homes are sitting, legacy homes with a clear story, documented upside, are flying. You have one shot to debut this property. If you miss the mark, you become a stale listing, and that's blood in the water for lowballers. If you're a trustee, your job is to hire the right person so you can go back to your life knowing the estate is handled. Down in the description, I've linked my out-of-state trustee playbook. And if you want a veteran set of eyes on the property this week, no obligation, book a call. I'll go by the house, film a private walkthrough for you, and tell you exactly what I'd do if it were my own family's house. One last reminder, please consult with your attorney or tax professional regarding your specific trust. I'm David Poulsen, top San Francisco realtor with over 30 years of experience in real estate. 4 generations of my family have called the San Francisco Bay Area home. Let's make sure yours is taken care of. Subscribe for more deep dives. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is David Poulsen coming to you live here in San Francisco. Bye-bye, everyone.